The Trauma Trap. Part 3, Safety Check. As we have seen in the first two parts of this series, when a trauma memory is reactivated in our solar plexus or emotional energy body, we can notice this immediately. It is precisely the moment when we move from inner peace to anxiety. Let's do a solar plexus or emotional safety check. If you are experiencing the effects of a trauma from the past, let me ask you the question. In this very room or space you are now, in this very moment when you are watching this video, are you physically unsafe? Are you practically unsafe? Meaning, is there an immediate threat with respect to income, food, shelter, health, hygiene which needs to be taken care of first? Do your practical circumstances create an immediate and imminent sense of unsafety? If not, we can proceed to emotional integration. If yes, you need to create immediate safety and boundaries for yourself before we can proceed. Emotional integration or working on emotional safety can only take place when physical and practical safety are restored or present. For the sake of this video and the trauma loop release, we therefore assume you feel physically or practically safe enough to find a certain level of foundational motivation to work on your emotional safety, which is threatened by your trauma loop. This step breaks the time collapse, when physically or practically safe enough. Although you may feel emotional unsafe still, you realize you are physically and practically safe enough. This creates a distinction between the past unsafety, emotionally, and present safety, practical or physical. It is important to make a distinction between these two, as you may understand by now. Suppose you are currently unsafe in a physical or practical way. In that case, your body will not allow you to work on emotional safety in any shape or form because of the priority it gives to the physical or practical threat. This latter needs to be addressed first before you can proceed. Physical and practical unsafety moves you directly to your intuitive body energy and will therefore consider it to be an immediate and imminent threat. Hence the intuitive energy body will take over and, out of a survival instinct, you will focus all your energy on these kinds of unsafe life conditions, overriding any desire or motivation to work on emotional safety. Let's proceed with the situation in which you are physically and practically safe enough right now. Let's proceed with what we call the emotional fork. Let me explain, the solar plexus does not know time. It only knows safe or unsafe. Physically and practically safe but still not emotionally safe is our starting point from here. Be aware again, the reaction you're feeling to any trigger, reactivating the trauma response, is not to now. It is to the memory your mind activated. Let's show your system we are safe enough to feel this. We now formally introduce the concept of safe enough, a middle ground between bypassing and overwhelm. A middle ground between physical and practical safety on one hand and emotional unsafe on the other hand, but because of your willingness to do the healing work on this, safe enough to proceed. This means there is now an energy inside you willing to accept the concept of safe enough. Visualize this safe enough energy as a protective energy inside you. This emotionally protective energy has been weak until now, not being able to make you feel fully emotionally safe, but it's reawakening a bit by proclaiming and calling upon safe enough. This reawakening protector energy inside you speaks to you, I am here now. You are not alone anymore. You are safe enough with me. Visualize this inner protector and its reawakening inside you, slowly and carefully as the reawakening, but you can feel it is there to feel safe enough for this moment. Notice your body as well. Shoulders drop. Breath deepens. Jaw relaxes. Eyes soften. This is the nervous system unlocking the trauma loop. With this safe enough position restored, we now move to the G center, your identity center inside the body. Let me now ask you the question, can this emotional memory belong to your story, without defining your worth? Our emotional identity is often derived from our original trauma. These identity labels can be about your personality and behavior. For instance, I am shy, introverted, or anxious. Or analytical, loyal, energetic, sensitive. But also recognize identity labels with respect to beliefs and affiliations: Christian, atheist, Republican, Democrat. Member of a political, social, or faith group. When your past circumstances have subtly pushed you into one of these directions, with a little bit of research and honesty, they may have created identity labels that do not fully represent your true self. You may have adopted and embraced these labels in order to fit in or to belong to a certain group or community. But also think about identity as a result of medical or psychological reasons, like identity labels as a result of diagnoses related to mental or physical health, or learning. Or labels used in recovery settings like alcoholic. You may realize now how many identity labels we stick to ourselves, and how we connect our sense of emotional safety to one of these labels. The moment you feel emotionally safe or safe enough, the next energy portal in your body is the identity or G center, as we have mentioned it before. Emotionally safe enough, therefore, immediately leads to a whole range of inner questions in which you tick the boxes that you believe are connected to the identity labels you feel represent your true you. An important question now is, do these identity labels truly represent your true self, or are they adopted from trauma response, and therefore, are they adopted just to confirm and enforce the illusion of emotional safety and control over your life and environment? When these identity labels help maintain a level of inner peace, they can be beneficial, at least for now. When these identity labels only lead to more anxiety and stress, or a devaluation of self-worth, self-value, and confidence, they are not helpful and therefore an immediate derivative of your underlying trauma. Because, as we stated before, every circumstance, identity label, belief is mainly a reactivation of a traumatized memory in the now, and therefore automatically leads to a sense of emotional unsafety, and is therefore related to trauma in any shape or form. Otherwise, it would lead to inner peace. Emotional safe enough evaluation in your solar plexus or emotional body leads to an immediate identity label check. Does this trigger, although it feels safe enough to work on integration, match my current identity labels or not? If not, this also leads to an intuitive response, and therefore to fight, flee, freeze, fawning, or a response from the inner bugger archetype, as we have mentioned as well. And, if it does not feel adaptable to your current identity labels, are you prepared to investigate and research your current identity labels? And ask yourself the question, is this identity label truly resonating with my true self? Is this who I really am, or is it created as a result of trauma or environmental pressure? If you can at least be open to this and creates a motivation to investigate your identity label that are not serving your inner peace and happiness, we can proceed. To be continued.